Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. So we just heard a very beautiful song, and the song mentioned about saving the treasures of our thoughts because they are absolutely valuable. And the more we save these treasures and use them in a worthwhile way, then the more wonders can be done in this confluence age. And in this Murli too, Baba is really emphasizing on thoughts and how we can reveal Baba through our thoughts. So Baba says that revelation will take place only when we are able to give others the experience of virtues and powers, like how we receive from Baba. So really being that embodiment of virtues and powers, being in a powerful stage. And that stage is created when we hold that powerful awareness within. And the awareness, of course, ultimately comes from the pure thoughts and elevated thoughts that we are creating and sustaining within. So in today's Murli, Baba is focusing on the seed, which is our thoughts. And Baba is really focusing on creating thoughts, that awareness, which is essential. And also, Baba talks about how important the current time is, because when we understand the importance of the time, then accordingly, we are able to use that time in order to really work on ourselves and make ourselves very, very powerful. So that's why in today's Murli, Baba is emphasizing on confluence age, emphasizing on how as Brahmins we are so elevated, and by paying attention on ourselves, by becoming more introverted and within, how, and by bringing about that self-transformation, how then with our stage we can reveal Baba. So let's listen to Baba's beautiful Murli, which was originally spoken on January 23rd, 1976, which is being revised today on September 11th, 23. So the title is Revelation of the Father through having the highest and holiest thoughts, words, and form. So we will reveal Baba how? Through highest and holiest thoughts, and then of course with the thoughts, the words, and the form. So do you create every thought and perform every action whilst considering yourself to be the highest and holiest? So Baba is asking us to check within. Do we consider ourselves to be the special souls who Baba has chosen, who are the highest and holiest? Or our awareness is still somewhere that of being ordinary? Baba keeps on reminding us that the thoughts that we have is ultimately going to create that awareness. So starting with thoughts, what do we think about ourselves? And according to that, what thoughts are we creating? Highest means the highest on high Brahmin. Baba says we are highest because we are Brahmins, the top knot. In the variety image, form image, Brahmins have been given the highest position. Just as your position is of the highest top knot, so too your stage also is your stage also the highest. So Baba says in that variety form image, as Brahmins, we are given the highest top knot position. But Baba says, now check, is our stage also highest, or our stage is fluctuating from highest to maybe coming lower than that? Like Baba says, we step away from our seat. And so when we step away, then what happens? We come down into the ordinary. So is our stage also highest? Just as your name is so elevated, so too your honor and your activity should also be the same. So Baba says you receive a very elevated name, an elevated title. So according to that, Baba is asking, how is your behavior? How is your activity? So the behavior is really reflecting what is our inner character. Just like a body in the mirror, the mirror gives us a reflection of how we look from the outside. In the same way, our behavior gives us a reflection of how we are from the inside, our character. So Baba is saying, check within. Your honor, your activity should be the same. The praise of the Father is highest on high God. Therefore, the praise of the children is, Baba says, you are also highest on high. You're highest on high Brahmins. So, Baba gives us so much love, so much respect. There's nobody who can give that much respect as Baba gives us. So the more we just start accepting the respect that is coming from Baba, that itself will raise our self-respect. So here Baba says we are highest on high Brahmins. The memorial of this elevated stage continues even today. Whenever people want to carry out any elevated or auspicious task, they have it performed by those who are called Brahmins. So they might be, like Baba says, we are mouth-born Brahmins. They are born through the womb, but still, since they hold the title of Brahmins, they're still given so much of respect. And Baba says auspicious tasks are performed through Brahmins, priests. Even today, you see and hear the memorial of elevated actions which were performed at this time by the form of the true living Brahmins. So Baba now comes to the mouth-born creation, which is true living Brahmins, which are born through spiritual knowledge. So our actions are, now you see them in the form of memorials. Baba says all these festivals that you see is, again, of all the actions and activity that happens in the confluence age. So on one hand, you are able to hear the praise of the elevated actions that you performed. And on the other hand, you are playing the elevated part. So you hear the praise of what is given to the deities. Right? They're given the praise. They are 16 celestial degrees full of all virtues. So that praise we hear, we still hear. But now Baba is saying, we are playing that elevated part. We are actually becoming that, full of virtues, completely pure. So you are seeing the practical and the memorial both together. Yes, you're seeing how those who become completely pure are praised, and you're also, Baba saying, practically becoming that. Through your memorials, you show how elevated you were. You are that now, and you will be that in the future. So why does Baba say you are that now? Because if I hold this thought, I am this, then I am emerging those qualities in me right now. But if I say I will become that, that doesn't allow me to emerge those qualities, those virtues within. So that's why we say I am completely pure. I am, like even in the 5 forms, I am deity, worthy worship. We use it in the present tense so that we can invoke those virtues, those qualities right now in the very present. So Baba says, through the memorials, you show how elevated you were, you are that now, and you will be that in the future. Just as Brahmins are the most elevated, so too The period of Brahmins is the most elevated out of the all ages. So Annisva Brahmins are elevated, and also when we are Brahmins in a practical form, true Brahmins in the confluence age, Baba says that age is most elevated, the diamond age. That is, it is the time of the confluence age, the time of Amrit Vela, and the time of Brahma Muhurat, which is called auspicious time of early morning. So a beautiful thing happens early in the morning at 4 o'clock. It's a transformation even in nature. At 4 a.m., the trees, they start giving out oxygen and they start taking in carbon dioxide, because throughout the night, we know they emit carbon dioxide. But at 4 o'clock, the cycle changes. They emit oxygen and they start taking in carbon dioxide. So it's a transformation period, even in nature, even for nature. So that time, Baba says, now is the transformation happening, huge transformation where purity is emerging and the impurities are being destroyed. First, it starts with within, and then we see how from within, then the whole world gets transformed. So Baba says, the period is also most elevated. It is the time of Amrit Vela. So Baba says, confluence age is Amrit Vela during the whole cycle. This age is Amrit Vela. And the auspicious time of early morning, because golden age is considered to be morning. So definitely confluence age is the dawn period that's really bringing the day. Why was this most elevated stage of the Brahmins created? Because it is only the Brahmins who attain the elevated fortune of being cooperative in performing the highest, most elevated task. So Baba is telling us why Brahmins have such an elevated fortune, because they become God's helpers, Baba's helpers. And how do we help Baba? Through purity, by leading a pure life, by emerging and sustaining the purity within. We become cooperative towards this task of making the world pure. So are you able to keep in your awareness your elevated part? Your highest on high Father, your elevated position, your elevated honor. So Baba is talking about awareness. Awareness of what? Baba says your part. Baba, your position, your honor. So Baba says, think about these things. Think about how elevated they are, how fortunate we are. And based on that, experience the attainments more and keep on creating those pure and elevated thoughts. Throughout the entire Kalpa, you will not be able to attain such elevated fortune again. It's now or never, right? How Baba says, the diamond period, confluence age is now. Now we can make our fortune. We can draw the line of fortune as long as we want. Even now, you hear about the memorial of such highest and holiest souls. People sing praise of your deity form instead of you Brahmins. So, the praise is sung of our perfect forms. Just as Baba says, the rosary of Brahmins cannot be created because the stage fluctuates. And that's why even the ornaments are given to deities. In the same way, the praise also happens of our deity form. But now we are practically becoming that. We have this knowledge, we remember Baba, and everything is happening in a practical form. So what is the praise of the holiest of all? People sing praise of the lotus eyes, the lotus hands, and the lotus mouth even now. And we know lotus is shown as a symbol of detachment. So lotus eyes, hands, lotus mouth. So now check in a practical way whether your every physical organ has become as detached as a lotus. So there the praise is happening of the eyes, hands, mouth. But now Baba is saying, now practically, are we detached through the eyes? All the sense organs are detached. Just as a lotus is detached while performing relationships and connections, in the same way, are you detached from the attraction of the body, bodily relations, and bodily world? So Baba is asking us to check in terms of sense organs, in terms of this body, and through the body, the relationships we make, are we detached? Or the intellect is still very much trapped in these things? Do any of the physical senses pull or influence you to see something or hear something? And you know, this is not good. This is not as per Srimad, we also understand. But Baba says, still sometimes we get pulled into unnecessary conversations, or we see something and we continue to see. To be under their influence means to change from being holiest to become an evil spirit. So Baba says such a huge difference happens when we get under the influence from being the holiest to become an evil spirit. The evil spirit will create troublesome. Now, the holiest will always bring so much benevolence. So when you become an evil spirit, your activity makes you experience sorrow and to cause others sorrow. And just like evil spirit would like to take control of someone's body, here too, when we are under body consciousness, we try to take control of things and even try to control others. So Baba says, then because of that, we start to experience sorrow and give sorrow to others. Because really we are going against the laws of this drama. Drama teaches us just be detached. Everyone is playing their own part. But when I start interfering in someone else's part and their script, then somewhere I lose my own happiness and stability. So when you become an evil spirit, your activity makes you experience sorrow and to cause others sorrow. Then from being the highest Brahmins, you become Shudras. Therefore, always have the awareness that you are the highest and the holiest. And really to Shudra, it really stands for very low level of energy within the soul. Just like even among the caste Shudras is considered low. So here says, Baba says, your spiritual energy drops to the lowest level. So Baba says, always have the awareness that you are the highest and the holiest. Only when you have this awareness in a practical way, that is, when you have this in your thoughts and in your form, will you be able to celebrate the year of revelation. It's a beautiful point Baba says. Awareness in a practical way, and awareness created through our thoughts and in our form too, which means I'm creating these thoughts and I'm also experiencing them. I'm experiencing being highest, holiest, pure, powerful, comes as an experience. So we are in that form. Baba says, then that year we will celebrate as the year of revelation. In order to reveal the highest on high Father, you yourself have to become an embodiment of the highest and the holiest, which is why Baba gave us the title earlier in the Murli. Baba said, highest on high Brahmins. When among the Brahmins, we are the highest and the holiest. Otherwise, how can you reveal the Father? To reveal within yourself virtues and activities like the Father's is to reveal the Father himself. This is a point to underline. What does it mean to reveal the Father? to reveal within yourself virtues and activities like the Father's, is to reveal the Father himself, which is why we say Son shows Father. Whatever is in Father, the qualities, virtues, powers, now we also are able to be an embodiment of that and help others experience that. So Baba will be revealed through our own stage. We will experience Baba's virtues and powers through us. So through performing an elevated task, you will glorify the name of the highest Father. Through your spiritual image, you have to reveal the spiritual Father so that every soul sees Father Brahma in every Brahmin. So what does Baba say? To be a Brahmin means what? You should be able to reveal Prabha, not just, yes, Father Brahma, Shiv Baba, both Bab Dada. Through our own spiritual image means our own vibrations, our own personality, our own activity. We're able to reveal the spiritual Father, Brahmani also, Father Brahma. The creation should reveal their Creator. From everyone's lips, there should just be the sound emerging that God himself has made them so fortunate. So what will everyone say? That God himself has made them so fortunate. So people are going to say this to us. But before that, we ourselves have to believe this. We are fortunate and have faith in our own selves. Because we say, yes, we have faith in Baba, but somewhere when we talk about faith in ourselves, there is a little bit of, sometimes it's not very strong, that faith. So Baba says, make that faith very strong. We are fortunate. We are very elevated. So each one's fortune should glorify the image of Bap Dada. Each one of you should make yourself such a divine and clean mirror that many others have a vision of Bap Dada. So the mirror has to be very clean. If the mirror is not clean, they will not see Baba. That's why what Baba says, clean mirror means, what is it within? Clean thoughts, clean awareness, Baba says. Yes, so divine mirror. And with that, others can have vision of Bap Dada. Each one of you should make yourself such a divine clean mirror that others have vision of Bap Dada. The practical stage of being equal to the Father will enable others to have a vision of the Father. So our practical stage will allow others to have Baba's vision. The meaning of celebrating the year of revelation is to make the self equal to Baba. So it's for us also to check, how would Baba think if Baba was in this situation? How would Baba would have handled it? How Baba would have interacted with the soul? So the more we question within how Baba would do it and ask Baba, Baba, how you would do this, the more and more we will get those answers, we will get those touchings. So these physical means are not just a namesake. For the permanent means is that of being an embodiment of success. An embodiment of success will automatically prove that it is the highest on high God who has made you so elevated. So together with the facilities, also adopt the form of success. So what does Baba say? That embodiment of success will automatically prove. So all our service that we do should ultimately bring souls closer to Baba. Sometimes it happens, they come and more close to you. And somewhere because we are not remembering Baba enough, because if we do remember Baba very strongly in the service we do, then the intellect of the others should be drawn towards Baba. So Baba says, you have to prove that it is Baba who has made you so elevated. So together with the facilities, also adopt the form of success. All three, your thoughts, words, and deeds should be the holiest and the highest. Only through having such a stage will you be able to reveal the Father. Bap Dada is happy to see the children's zeal, enthusiasm, elevated thought, effort, love, but is also showing you a plan to be able to take cooperation in the future. Everyone has the same thought. United thought has great power. So Baba says, when we all united have the same thought, the thought to reveal Baba, thought to make souls come closer to Baba without our own selfish interest. It's just Baba and souls and this unlimited service. So Baba says, with the same thought, Baba says that thought will have great power. So really, when Baba's talking about cooperation, cooperation is not just at a physical level, but also a thought level. How much are we cooperating with each other at thought level for service? So stabilize yourself in a stable stage and put this thought into practice. There is praise even now of the image of fortune of every kalpa. That is, it is internal, it is eternal. So Baba says there's a praise of our image of fortune, every kalpa, and this praise will continue to go on and be eternal. So Baba says, Acha, to those who reveal the image of Bap Dada through their fortune, to those who, like a lotus, constantly remain beyond temporary actions, to those who stabilize themselves in the highest, holiest stage of self-respect, the same as the Father, to those who reveal to every soul the Father's love, form, relationships, to such most elevated, highest on high Brahmins, Baba's love, remembrance, and namaste. So, namaste from the highest on high, Bap Dada. So we can pause here for a minute, just digest what we heard, Baba's beautiful words, and then reflect on it, and then we can share further. Shanti. So just like how Baba beautifully explained to us in the Murli about our highest and the holiest, the stage that we need to have, the thoughts that we need to keep. And it's beautiful that this Murli, that we listen together of Baba's. Just this morning too, in our center, we were having a discussion pretty much relevant with today's Murli that we heard. And we were talking about spiritual intelligence. And there was a pyramid that was drawn. And in that pyramid, there were different levels, and it's really a pyramid of the levels of life. And at the very top of the level of the pyramid is the physical level. And after the physical comes the social level. And after the social comes the emotional level. And after the emotional, finally comes the spiritual level. The spiritual level is really the foundation of the pyramid. And right at the top, the tertiary, is the physical. And it was being shared that physical and social, those are the top layers of the pyramid. But people give maximum attention to that. And that really constitutes just 10% of our life. The remaining is really our emotions and our spiritual level. So many times we identify with people on the physical and social level. And we say that, oh, we know this person very well. And then suddenly they do something and we are very surprised. And we're like, I thought I knew you. And we really realize that the top levels are really like the tip of the iceberg, but what is within really is the emotions, the spiritual aspect, and even in the spiritual aspect, the identity which we hold, and really our purpose. So today Baba emphasized on really the purpose of our spiritual life and our path. Yes, the purpose is to practically experience and to be that deity who is now being praised, and to reveal Baba through our own stage. So that's really the purpose of this spiritual life, but holding the right awareness, which is why Baba focused on the being realm. Because even when it comes to identity, we have 3 different realms. We have the being realm, and it is what I do realm, and also what I have realm. Yes, so what I do realm is when my identity is based on what I'm doing, like I'm working here or I'm playing this role. And the having realm is I belong to this rationality, or I belong to this religion. It's like what I have or the wealth I have. So again, the idea of how much this pollution happens at the spiritual level. We talk a lot about world pollution, but it starts off because of the spiritual pollution that happens. There's the identity crisis, the mixture of having and doing with what we truly are, the being. So what Baba does is Baba helps in removing the spiritual pollution. And when the spiritual pollution is gone, we're absolutely clear on our being realm. And we practically live lives from that being realm. Then what happens is we are able to create that thoughts that and able to become an embodiment of all the virtues and powers which will then help us reveal Baba. So Baba is really taking us back to that being realm. Baba is really taking us back to that foundation of the pyramid, the spiritual level, and making that extremely strong and powerful. With that, all the other levels are automatically in place. So just some conversation we had with our group this morning. So wanted to share on that. And feel free to ask any questions or also share your own churnings based on today's Murli.
Om Shanti, sister. Thank you for wonderful the reflection on the hierarchy, the pyramidal structure, where the spiritual level or the spiritual wealth is the foundation of all other wealths, all the levels. And I just like to share one reflection that in today's Murli, Baba is bringing out the method for integration of minds. This is possible only through spiritual integration. And like, for example, Baba said, zeal, enthusiasm, elevated thoughts, efforts, and love all together with a plan, definitive plan, will bring in the united thought. That is one thought, that of the highest level. I'm the highest and holiest, and that will transform into words and form, which will reveal the Father. So that one thought will bring in the transformation of the entire world. So that's wanted to share. And Baba has proved that how we Brahmin souls are the highest and holiest. There's so many proofs Baba has given, the Virat form or the memorials or the time of we taking these teachings from the Father, from the Supreme Father himself in front, one on one. That time is also very, 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 very special, and that has been remembered through the entire Kalpa and our lotus form. So all these are the proof that we we were special, we are special, and we will be very special. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Om Shanti. So when it comes to having the united thought, the united thought, Baba says, brings a lot of power. It was once asked to Sister Jayanti that, in Brahmin life, we do experience the conflict of sanskaras and things do happen. So she was asked that, how will that ultimate harmony come? And she said, when time of crisis comes, we will all come together and we will all have one united thought. And that united thought will bring about a huge revelation. But then again, let time not teach us. That's what even Baba says in the Murli. If time is the reason for us changing, then time gets marks. But before that itself, we have to be very cooperative in Baba's task. And in today's Murli also, Baba said detachment. That is a beautiful way of cooperating in Baba's task. Not questioning the scenes of drama and the paths of others, but just giving your best every moment with Baba's remembrance. So that detachment itself is the best way we can cooperate in this huge yagya, in this huge task of world transformation. And the more we can become cooperative now and use our thoughts and treasures, the treasure of thoughts beautifully, then later on, we will see that Baba will use us for a lot more things, because we didn't wait for time to change, but we changed as per what Baba was telling us, as per Srimad. So we will also receive those extra points because we practiced in advance and we created that stage. So it's important. That's why Baba says, time elevated. Now is the time. Don't wait for any other moment. Do everything right now. So a lot of importance on the present.
Om Shanti, sister.
Shanti.
It's such a nice feeling to know when Baba speaks now in the 1976 Murlis of revelation. So one thing which he says is revelation is equal to being equal. In many Murlis, Baba has always spoken about attitude. I remember, of course, thoughts is the base, but he often says how through my vritti I can really cross so many places and I can reveal Father. And today Baba has given for thoughts, how do and words, and also for my form. So that word highest, I liked it very much because it very much related to yesterday's Avyakt Murli, where Baba says, number one accurate faith is I belong to the highest and highest Father. So that intoxication I should have, to whom do I belong? The next one is just trying to becoming. But throughout the Murli, where Baba has used that word, if you see, almighty authority, almighty authority, almighty authority. And almighty authority gives me all right. It does not give me any adhinata. It really lifts me up. So when he said this, yesterday's Murli was so strong on all faith and his authority. And today, again, he has given, I think that is why no sooner you started the Murli, I just put in the chat box, I am the highest on highest child's and the top-notch Brahmin, which is only now. There is no later in Brahmins, a different kind of belief system. That is one thing. The second thing is, I love that lotus eyes, lotus hands, lotus mouth. You know why that struck me? Even now, lotus was used as a symbol in this G20. I loved the way that 7 petals of the lotus was displayed over there. Lotus has got, when Baba says lotus eyes, so my vision should not be of impurity. Lotus hands, the karma, the action which I do also should be good actions. So see from where it comes, from the thoughts to the eyes to hands. And then he says what I speak. Today Baba has forgotten the feet, where he says Padmonka, you should walk like a lotus. So that's also a beautiful thing when he is explaining for holiest. Just these two, highest and holiest. If I think I go deep down, I can reveal the Father. Om Shanti.
Okay, thank you. So in the chat, it is mentioned CARE as an acronym with every letter being given a name, like C is for create, A is for awareness, R is to reveal, E is to become equal and elevated, and an embodiment of success. So beautifully how that word has been created. So Baba is taking beautiful care of us, and we are becoming the ones who reveal the most beautiful Father. Anybody else would like to share?
Om Shanti, sister.
Shanti?
So here in this Murli, Baba also mentioned about the highest task that Brahmins do at this confluence age is, that is placed throughout. So that is the reason why the mouth-born, the other Brahmins, the namesake Brahmins are really praised, and they are being instrument for performing all the good activities or any thing in this materialistic world. They become instrument to perform the task. Also, that actually Baba says it's because we, the highest top-notch Brahmins, perform the highest task at this confluence age. So that's the memory, and there, instead of praising the Brahmins, they start praising the deities later on. And it is the remembrance of, that Amrit Vela, that auspicious day also later came on. Yeah, Baba reminded that in this movie. And Om Shanti, thank you.
Yes, Baba called this age Amrit Vela for the whole cycle, because it brings the day, just like Amrit Vela. We get up and how we see the night gets transformed into the day.
Sister, I just have a question. I remember you reading, there was one sentence, the creation should reveal their creator, and from everyone's lips, only it should emerge God himself has come down. But earlier Baba is saying, through your spiritual image, you have to reveal the spiritual Father. That is, every soul sees Father Brahma in every Brahmin. Just that two clarification. One point he says the creation, it should be God himself. That is Shiv Baba. But over here he's saying through the spiritual image. So what spiritual image? Is he talking about the variety image or variety form? Because he says reveal Father Brahma in every Brahmin. Now how by revealing Father Brahma in each Brahmin will souls get close to the Father?
So Baba is just giving an example of Brahma Baba here, how Brahma Baba would reveal Shiv Baba. So yes, Shiv Baba would be within Brahma Baba, but also how is Brahma Baba's character. And, in spite of him being a medium where Shiv Baba would come, everyone was still, when in the presence of Brahma Baba, would be pulled towards Shiv Baba. So even though Brahma Baba was there in a physical form in front of others, but still when they would come in the presence of Brahma Baba, their intellect would be pulled towards Shiv Baba, not that corporal image that they are seeing. So when they say that we have to reveal the creator, means we are the creation, and so is Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba is also creation, that through us, Baba is creating that new world. So when people come in our presence, not to get attracted and attached by our spiritual personality, but really to go beyond and to connect to Shiv Baba. Now that's our ultimate purpose, that our presence should only allow the soul to go beyond to Baba. And that's why we have to reveal the Father in such a way that they don't see us, but they will only connect to who is higher, the highest on high, and they will feel that how fortunate we are because we were able to connect to the Supreme. Right? So again, it's really where their intellect is to be pulled. It has to be pulled to Baba. And if we are able to do that, then we are revealing Baba. Right? And Baba says the virtues which they see in you. But again, they don't look at you and the virtues, but again, the attention is drawn to who has made you like that. When from their hearts that awareness keeps coming, who has made you like that, then we are really revealing Baba through us. And so that's when Baba mentions the creation reveals the creator. And Baba gives an example of Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba himself, people would see him be in his presence, but their intellect would go towards Shiv Baba. And that's what we need to do. That's how we need to follow Brahma Baba.
Why I had this doubt, sister, yesterday, a song was released about Sanatan Dharam. In that, just for 1 second, the word Brahma Kumari was mentioned. So then I thought, Baba, today is Murli, you're saying we have to reveal the Almighty authority. No, this is just 1 second in the 7-minute song you're revealed. What is that I should do so that you're revealed? So now you're saying the first step should be reveal Father Brahma. Then it is his job to take close to Almighty authority. That's what I understood.
It means to, like Brahma Baba is an example how in his presence people are still able to connect to Shiv Baba. So we have to follow the same footsteps, be like him. So just like him, enable others in your presence to connect to Shiv Baba. Yes. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
I could just take the thing, because yesterday when I heard that song, I was a little, out of this. I said, you are the Almighty authority. Just see what effort still I have to make. And today I'm reading a Murli of Revelation of the Father. I just had that doubt when I heard that song. It was just for in the 6.47 second of that 7 minutes thing, Brahma Kumari was mentioned as a part of the Sanatan Dharam. I told Baba, there's so many lines of they are giving over here. How do I reveal you as all? And again in the morning, Murli spoke of Almighty authority. So that just put me to what should be the revelation. So then today, this Murli, when he says, every soul sees Father Brahma in every Brahmin, I just wanted to understand the relation. That's it, sister.
Mm-hmm. Right. And even in context of revelation, Baba says the flag of revelation has to first be hoisted within us, right? So really for us, it is just to keep being in Baba's remembrance, to follow Baba's Srimad, And that's really our way of revealing Baba. So whatever Baba has given us, the Srimad, and to remember him, the more and more we are doing that, we are really on track in revealing Baba. So whatever we are doing, Baba just says now, intensify the effort, make it constant, make it consistent. Yes, so with that, then everything which Baba has, we will be able to make others experience that, and we will be able to make them connect to Baba.
Sister, may I share one reflection? I mean, little off track, but yes, just recently that G20 meet has happened in India, in Bharat, and it has now become G21, and we are also 21 today in the group. So it's basically one thought, one thought, one one earth, one family, and one future that is now getting revealed through the majority of the nations, that is G21. So I think it's an indication that the revelation is now, the time is closing, I think, and the world is also revealing that the oneness or the united thought is the only way to bring in the golden world. Om Shanti.
Right. And like it's mentioned in the chat too, that the G20 7 petals of the lotus represent 7 continents. So the 7 continents coming together in the form of the 7 petals, it really stands for, India's idea of Vasudeva Kutumba, which means one family. And that family can become one when, of course, we unite even in our thoughts. Yes, so which is why Baba is again emphasizing on the thoughts being united. The thoughts will ultimately create a very, very powerful, a stage for all of us, with which then automatically whatever has to happen next in terms of revelation, you'll see those wonderful scenes happening. So thank you for all for those wonderful churnings and sharings. So we can end with a few minutes of meditation. So in this meditation, let's just focus on this body being a machinery and the soul being an operator, and how we can really be in the awareness of who we are and create those powerful and elevated thoughts which create that powerful stage. So focus your attention towards the self, the soul. I, the soul, am an operator of this body, which is a machinery. Just as a machinery can be switched off and switched on, let me switch off this body for a few moments. Completely turn off the legs, the abdomen, chest, shoulders, the face. Shut off each and every part of this body. This body is switched off. And now just focus on the operator, the self, sitting within it. I, the soul, am highest on high Brahman. I am pure, detached as a lotus. I am extremely fortunate to be in the company of the highest on high, Father. Baba has filled me with treasures of knowledge. He has bestowed mercy on all of us. Now, I become merciful towards myself. I use the treasures of knowledge to create elevated thoughts. I, the soul, am the chosen one to reveal Baba. And this is nothing new. I have revealed Baba in the last cycle, and I will do so again this cycle. The task is huge, but the one who is with me is making it happen. Baba is the Karan Karavanhar. I remember Baba, and he makes things happen through me. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sneha Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.